Hey May, what's up?
May checking in.
Say May, what did you think about that Hearthstone controversy that happened recently?
That could have gone better.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. By the way, I gotta ask, what's your opinion on Hong Kong right now?
Hong Kong.
It's worth fighting for.
Konnichiwa minasan, genki desu ka? I'm Dave, and today we're taking a look at the coolest Bae Mei from Overwatch. Here is Mei unboxed, and unfortunately, she only comes with two faceplates. She comes with her standard expression, as well as her bright and cheery expression. As for her accessories, she comes with her endothermic blaster, and that also has an ice effect part to go with it. She also has her best robo buddy Snowball that can either be attached to the cylinder on her back or displayed separately right next to her, as well as an effect sheet showing off her ultimate ability, Blizzard, which uses the same ice effect part for her blaster. And here she is! Here is Mei looking real good in her classic skin. From head to toe, I think she is incredibly detailed and true to her original look. I particularly love the hose that connects from her gun to her back. I think it's a really cool detail, and I also love that her hairpin is so detailed. It's really adorable. And if you didn't know, she is fully articulated from her elbows to her knees, which means no extra arm parts, but it also means there's no switching out her arms, which as a Nendoroid owner, you know it's kind of the worst parts about a Nendoroid. So none of that with Mei. Now for the negatives. I think Mei is very, very basic. I mean, Tracer's Nendoroid came with 3 expressions, which is usually the standard, but Mei came with 2, and that's pretty disappointing. And as someone who uses Mei a lot in the game, I really feel that they really should have included her other moves as accessories, and it's so disappointing that they didn't. I mean, think about it. How cool would it be if Mei came with her CRYO-FREEZE ability and she was just a giant icicles just standing there? Or better yet, have a giant ice accessory showing off her ice wall. That would have been so cool. No pun intended. They could have even made the ice wall, instead of being an actual accessory, it could have been like her ultimate ability and just a plastic sheet. Like, that would have been so much easier and shown off her cool ability at the same time. Come on, it would have been so awesome if that was in there. And worse yet, they didn't even show off her alt fire, the ICICLE shot, which is such a shame because that's kind of her way of doing DPS in the game. So how does her Nendoroid not represent that? That kind of sucks. Though if you do have Nendoroid Amelia, you could just use the icicles from her Nendoroid, and thus Mei has her ICICLE shot. But you really gotta buy a whole nother Nendoroid just to show off that move? It should be with her Nendoroid. So yes, Nendoroid Mei looks great, and I think she is fantastically designed, but she just could have been so much better. You know, maybe they're just saving all of her future accessories for Overwatch 2, which is just right around the corner. Now let's talk about the big frozen elephant in the room. If you haven't heard, Blizzard has been under fire recently. There's been a huge controversy over Hearthstone and a streamer, and you guys should definitely look it up. I'm not going to go into it because it is pretty lengthy, and my stance is Blizzard put profits before people, and it is such a shame. It is really disappointing that an American company would just cater to an oppressive foreign government. That's crazy. That is so crazy. And it really is more than just free speech. What they did to BlizzCon is just so messed up, and they know it's messed up because they took it back, sort of, and they apologized during BlizzCon, sort of, and it just felt so empty. They know what they did was wrong. Everyone was angry about it, and I mean literally everyone. And it's important that we speak out as people who love Blizzard games or who love video games. We need to speak out. We need to let our voices be heard, because it really is hard to support a company when they are willing to do something so openly shady. It is really, really terrible. Though on the bright side, the VP of Blizzard and the lead designer of Overwatch said that the suspension should be removed. We definitely appreciate someone at a high position talk openly, though I wish he did it a month ago when it was actually happening and not a month later, cause it really does feel kinda empty, but it's still appreciated. And I didn't even know he was the VP of Blizzard. That's kind of crazy. So his opinion definitely matters. So I'm kind of getting off topic here. Nendoroid May is great, and for those of you who still choose to support Blizzard and support Overwatch, I think that is totally within your prerogative. You totally should if you love those games, but you should also speak out, you know, if you want to, because things are really crazy in the world and there are people being oppressed and their voices are being silenced. So we're pretty fortunate that we get to live in a country, I say that as an American, that I can speak out without being oppressed from my government. So it's important that for those of us who are privileged enough to live in these countries that are free, to defend those who cannot defend themselves. So with that said, free Hong Kong. Alright, so that is going to do it for me today. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Jane.